Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I got locked out of some of my accounts this morning. I had to fight that, so I kind of got behind schedule. We're still in a pullback mode. I told you earlier this morning I went and got picked up some Theta and Cardano and Quant this morning. But the market's kind of about like it was, so nothing to see there. Check this out. I think I forgot to mention that Link to this weekend through Sunday is dropping their minimum investment. It can be as low as $5,000.
Hi everyone, it's Ray again. I've got some more exciting news on Link to investment opportunities. Starting Friday, we're bringing down the investment minimum to $5,000. This means every weekend is a long weekend when you can invest in high quality companies on Link2's platform for as little as $5,000. So why are we doing this? First, we want to help first time investors get access to the private markets. We understand even as an accredited investor, a $5,000 commitment helps make that first investment even easier for you. A $5,000 investment helps you take advantage of Link2's 20 top private tech companies and allocate across industries and sectors. Link2 helps you not only access private markets, but to diversify within private markets too. Finally, lower minimums help you top off investments in your favorite companies you already have positions in. As always, let us know if one of our experienced investment professionals can help you.
All right, there you go. So that the link to that, and remember, if you click the link to in the top of the description of this video, and you go there and you talk to those guys and open an account, tell them DAI sent you. It might make a difference, or it might not. But we'll see. Now, I wanted to play you these. Before I get going any further in this video, I wanted to give you a warning, okay? This warning, the warning is very specific, that this video could very well include what could be perceived as some of the following: hype, rampant speculation, crazy speculation, like cuckoo for Cocoa Puff speculation. It could include theories or XRP pre-allocation. So just be aware, because these things are really frowned upon by the cancel culture, especially on social media. I wanted to show you these other two clips of Tony from Thinking Crypto doing the Hester Pierce interview. There was two more that were good.
Chairman Gensler, unlike his colleagues, Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman.
By the way, Hester Pierce is always so quiet and all. She looks like she wants to reach through the screen and slap him or just freaking scream. And in the next video, it's even better.
Has not spoken about Ethereum, even though Bill Hinman and Jay Clayton have talked about Ethereum. And he just primarily talks about Bitcoin. Are you folks at the SEC going to be reviewing Ethereum's ICO? Because folks are wondering, is there a double standard here? Why did Ethereum kind of get a clearance, so to speak, and the other projects are getting, have targets on their backs?
So, Tony, you and I both read Twitter, and so, I can't talk about potential.
Nobody can talk about it because there's way too much truth involved, and so they can't even address it.
Investigations, rumors of investigations, particular tokens, particular companies. I just can't talk about any of those kinds of things.
All right. Look, great stuff. And then here's another one.
Have asked me to check.
This is a classic right here.
And this is an awkward question to ask. Is there anything that you're aware of that happened with the SEC that you could be a whistleblower to?
I just can't comment on that question.
You know what this reminds me of? Well, first of all, kudos to Tony. I mean, look, I know that when you do interviews, which that's not really my bag. Every once in a while I do it, but I understand that there's a fine line between being able to get the interviews. If you're too hard on them, you won't be able to get the interviews anymore. And Tony may have been blacklisted there, but that's okay because he fought the good fight on this one. And kudos to Tony, because this right here is this. not just this space, but this world needs more of this. When's the last time you saw someone actually ask the real questions, not BS questions, to people who are in a place where they owe the public to answer these freaking questions, because the public is sick and tired of the BS, of the, well, we can't talk about that because that's under investigation, or we can't do this because we're not in power yet, or we can't. No, you can. You were elected and you are being paid by the taxpayers to do this job. You can talk about it. This is not all under investigation. You can and should. Or if you can't, go blow the whistle on these people and let's fix this agency. But kudos to Tony, because these are the things that need to be asked. And if they aren't willing to talk to you again after asking these questions, then tell the world they won't talk to them anymore because they won't answer real questions that the people want to know. So what are they hiding? That's what you do. So good job, man. I'm impressed. Okay. Not that you care what I am. I'm just telling you, I thought that's what we need right there. Boom. Then there's this. This is great from Stefan Huber. Here, Jamie Dimon lays out to you what they're going to do. Watch this.
But we have to use technology to do things better, faster, quicker, like everybody else, and straight through and all that kind of stuff. So, but if you ask me the thing that could be most disrupted, it's going to be payments. You know, there are payment systems which are antiquated. The ACH system is terrible. But
just think about what he's saying against the backdrop of everything we know about ETHgate.
Put out a P2P. You all use Venmo? We just put out P2P Zelle. It's real time, bank to bank. It's safer. It's better. It's real time. It's not social yet. I don't possibly understand why you'd want to share all that stuff with your friends, but it could be that. It could be in wholesale payments. But you can go on screens now, move money around the world, convert to different currencies, and so we're doing it. But if you ask me, that's where most of the disruption is going to take place. I mean, we've invested in 100 fintech companies, and we're willing to compete, build, buy, whatever it is. And just to give you an example,
buy or use our government friends?
Have online trading and robo-investing for our clients. It's in beta today. I'm not sure I'm going to roll it out. We're going to roll it out and test it and test price and all that stuff like that. But we can add a lot of those things for free if we wanted to. So, we're not dead in the water. So when the time comes, you're going to see us being very aggressive to win business just like we always have.
Very aggressive in what way, I wonder? Now, I just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention. I was wondering this. I went on to Bitrue today because I was going to buy some Flare and kind of accumulate. I mean, I've already got a lot that's supposed to be coming to me, but I was going to buy some, on the lead up. The Flare's supposed to drop in September. And so I went on there and it said that U.S. people can't buy it right now. So I didn't know if anybody knew anything about that. All right, Forbes, Kraken opens their books to prove Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Cardano, that's XRP, Cardano, and Tether reserves as crypto exchanges draw scrutiny. Then there was this. BDO Italia confirms Tether is having slashed commercial paper holdings by 58% in Q2, with Tether reiterating guidance to cut holdings to 200 million by the end of August. Well, the reason Tether's doing this, folks, is because they know that everybody in the world is talking about Tether potentially collapsing, and so I think that when and if anybody ever actually looks at their books, they want those books to be as conservative as possible, and I don't think they have been because they hadn't been willing to show them. Now, wanted to show you this. This was I ran across this on social media in the last 24 hours. And I wanted to show you this just as a little reminder. This is Brad Combs from Digital Perspectives, and he's interviewing Miguel Valles, who used to be in charge of XRP. Well, I can't remember his title. XRP Markets, maybe, at Ripple. Listen to this.
Speaking about XRP having at some point the same liquidity of a G10 currency. Chris Larson had spoke about the XRP having the same liquidity as like a Swiss franc. Could you speak to that a bit?
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. The goal is to make this a global currency.
Who says that, folks? Think about how bold of a statement that is. And it wasn't just him that said it. It was many of them that have said it over the years. And that's it's those kind of things that have kept me locked onto this company for all this time. Now, a lot of talk on social media about pre-allocation, and a lot of people say we're not allowed to talk about this stuff, but that just emboldens me even more. If you're going to tell me I'm 48-year-old man, I shouldn't be talking about things because here's the words hype. I write all these down because these are the ones that people you're just not allowed to do, even if you're a grown person. Hype, speculation, crazy wild speculation. That's the kind I do. Theories, XRP pre-allocation. You can't talk about that. You're not allowed to talk about XRP buybacks. You can't talk about these things. So on this channel, we talk about them because it makes us unique then, since nobody else is allowed to talk about them. That's great. Gives me a great niche. Ripple R3, I want to make a point here, folks, okay? There's two that I'm aware of. There are two options on XRP since I started covering this stuff. There's two options on XRP. The option R3 had an option on 5 billion XRP, and the only reason we know is because they got in a lawsuit with Ripple, and it's right here. The option gave R3 the right to buy 5 billion XRPs, okay? And they could buy them at $0.0085 at any point until September of 2019. And then this is the first option, which would have been kept secret. We never would have known about this. But correct me if I'm wrong, but that is 5 billion XRP that until September 2019 is pre-allocated to R3. And then they got in a dispute over it. Then I interviewed Greg Kidd. And Greg Kidd, well, nobody knew about it to my knowledge until then except for the people at Ripple. But Greg Kidd volunteered it. He wasn't trying to hide it. Said that he had an option. I mean, this is a year or two ago. He had an option on 1 billion XRP. During the interview, he said he had an option of 1 billion. So, and here's one of the questions that I got on Twitter after I did the Greg Kidd interview, which is a normal question. DAI, first of all, congrats on your interview. If Mr. Kidd has options for 1 billion XRP since 2015, where is allocated that amount? Escrow, Ripple, or distributed? And he's got arrows. Total placed in escrow, 49.4 billion. Escrow, he's got a big red arrow. That is a ding, ding, ding arrow. Because look, folks, I'm assuming they use these for different things, and then you've got this distributed. But Greg Kidd has 1 billion, and R3 at one point had 5 billion, okay, that was allocated to them. That's 6 billion. Now, here's the question, folks. Because if you don't believe that there is any pre-allocated XRP in that escrow, then here's what you have to believe. You have to believe that since this whole show began back in 2012 or 13, out of all these hundreds of institutions that Ripple has met with and had it swell and cut deals with, that only R3 and Greg Kidd were smart enough to get themselves an option to have some, quote, pre-allocated XRP. Now, if you believe that only R3 and Greg, if you're in the camp that believes that only R3 and Greg Kidd got themselves some pre-allocated options contracts on some XRP over the course of the last 10 years, then I have the most glorious igloo in South Georgia that you need to buy. I'll give you an option on the igloo. And maybe an option that expires, I can make even more money on this thing. That's what we're going to do. I'll give you an option on the igloo. And if it melts, part of the option agreement is going to be that you forfeit your money when it melts, because it's real hot in South Georgia. So anyway, just wanted to mention that. But then this happened. Today, James Phelan says Ripple defendants have filed a letter proposing a narrowly tailored redaction to limited number of exhibits and to the briefs filed by parties in opposition. And there's this little section let me see if I can find it. Down, I think it's here it is. Second, disclosure would be detrimental to these let's see. The court should grant these redactions of all the reasons articulated by defendants which sought similar redactions. First, the identities of these non-parties to this case, I guess, have no bearing at all on Daubert responses. Second, disclosure would be detrimental to these non-parties' legitimate privacy interests and Ripple's commercial relationships with them. Third, the pros redactions are consistent. Okay, so there's some commercial interests that they're wanting to redact in here. And so then what happens is Digital Perspective says the Ripple defendants have filed narrowly tailored redactions. Disclosure would be detrimental to non-parties. And so he takes this and he says, could this be to protect all pre-allocated option contract holders? Fred Rispoli, who is an attorney, says possible. SEC claims XRP has no utility. Ripple could disclose that number of banks, FIs, have already signed contracts for X number of billion escrowed XRP to be executed once non-security status is determined. Protective order for case prevents SEC from making that public, hence seal request. Go figure, folks. Something to think about. Now, we've talked about this Ethereum merge a lot, but I've never heard anybody talk about the tax implications. I wanted to hit this real quick. Supposedly here, they give an example, and the examples are the way to decipher all this better than anything. They said, for example, Sam holds 1 Ethereum. He does not participate in staking prior to the merge. The merge goes through, and Sam's 1 ETH gets upgraded automatically to proof of stake enabled ETH. In this situation, Sam will not have any income to report. So it's a non-tax event according to this article right here. If you want to find out more, or you have other tax issues or questions, or you need help with audit protection, you need one of my sponsors is Clinton Donnelly. He's the crypto tax fixer. He's at cryptotaxaudit.com, which will be in the top of the description of this video. He's already helping people if they've received any IRS letters about their crypto tax situation. So go check it out. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family if they have tax issues with their crypto to go see Clinton Donnelly. Go to cryptotaxaudit.com and tell them DAI